and we have one Filipina rescued from Myanmar. We presented the Myanmar victim to be able to provide context to the committee that the problem of scam farms is not just limited to the Philippines, but this is an inter-ASEAN problem.
Ilan nga sa mga Chinese national ang nagtatrabaho sa Bogo kung saan nga ay minamaltrato daw sila, at may isa pang Pilipina na ni-rescue daw dito sa Myanmar. Kaya nakakatakot nga ang nangyayari pala dito sa Pogo, Pampanga at sa Pura.
So, Mr. Chair, I would give the mic to the translator, Mr. Dylan.
Yes,
You were slapped?
or you were
Sinenta siya doon sa Sunyuan sa Baupo. Lang tayo doon sa Baupo kasi Chinese New Year po yun. Pero ang nangyari po, ibinenta po siya sa halagang 300,000. Pinupukpok sa ulo.
So ano po nangyari sa inyo sa loob po ng Pogo Hub?
Nung nag-decide po kami na uuwi na ng Pilipinas, nagpaalam po kami na uuwi na, hindi po kami pinayagan.
So in other words pala, kayo po ay nagtrabaho sa Pogo sa Myanmar.
Sa Myanmar po.
Okay. So doon kayo na-recruit papunta sa Myanmar.
Opo.
At tapos, paano po nangyari sa inyo? Nag-recruit po sa inyo dito sino? Mga Pilipinos as well.
Opo.
Sige, kwento niyo po.
Sa akin po kasi relatives ko Opo. Nag-usap po kami na pupuntahan ko siya sa Thailand, magkasama kami sa Thailand. Pinangkuhan niya po ako na yung may working visa daw after, kasi 6 months lang po yung ano natin sa ibang bansa, di po ba? So, nung pagdating ko po doon po niya ako kinausap na yung magiging trabaho ko, hindi encoder. Kasi dito po sa Pilipinas, as encoder daw po sales marketing.
So ano naging trabaho niyo po doon?
Sales marketing. Po sa,
Sales marketing. Ano minamarket po ninyo?
Makikipag-chat.
Makikipag-chat for, ano yan, parang kukumbinsi mo siya to invest, ganun?
Yes, to invest.
Or ito yung tinatawag na lab scam, na-involve ka rin sa lab scam?
Opo.
Paano ang ginagawa sa lab scam? Meron kayong parang, kasi I heard from PAOK TF na parang meron silang parang template.
Opo.
May template na binabasa na lang, tapos kinukonvince sila na ma-inlove sa inyo.
Opo. Pagdating mo po doon, may papabasa po sila sa iyo na mga script kung paano ka makipag-chat, kung paano ka makikipag-usap sa mga client na mayayaman.
Okay.
Tapos, syempre po, getting to know each other, sabihin mo po kung papakilala ka, as dun po sa model mo na napili. Tapos magpapanggap po na mayaman ka, lahat isi-share mo yung kung anong yaman ka. Tapos dun, pag napa-inlove mo na siya, dun mo na po siya i-convince na
Pero may tatanong ako sa iyo. Kasi it was told sa akin that doon sa hub, andun na yung mga, meron kayong parang template na rin na may restaurant, merong
Opo.
gym. Kumbaga, pakikita mo doon sa na-labs ka mo na nag-gym ka, o kaya kumakain ka sa restaurant, o kaya nasa swimming pool ka,
Opo.
o kaya nasa kama ka.
Lahat po.
So, lahat yung parang studio.
Opo.
Na kung saan, pupunta ka na lang doon para makumbinsi mo yung may scam mo para mag-invest sa'yo.
Opo. May model din po kami. Iba po yung nakikipag-usap.
So yung mga model, pinakikita nyo sa video chat or pinakikita nyo lamang sa picture?
Pag makikipag-usap na po.
So may mga model din kayo na mga na nandun din sa hub.
Opo.
Na magagandang babae.
Meron po silang computer na yung kausap po nila dun na model namin, iba po yung magiging sa computer. Kung ano po yung napili mong model sa Instagram. May computer po sila na gano'n.
AI, ang galing ano?
Opo.
Okay, so yun yung lab scam.
Opo.
At yung investment scam, pag nakuha na mo na sila ng pera,
Pag na-painlove mo na po siya, syempre po makakukonvince siya na mag-invest sa cryptocurrency.
oo. So
Ano
may
po?
Bitcoin.
Opo. Through cryptocurrency po.
Okay, so yun ang ginagawa mo.
Opo, ako po yung nakikipag-chat, nakikipag-usap sa kanya. So, pag nakausap ko na siya, na-painlove ko na siya, kakausapin ko po yung model, makikipag-video call siya.
Okay. Yung paano ka tinorture?
Nung ano na po, 6 months, dapat po magpapaalam na po ako kasi nagkasakit din po ako doon.
Na-torture ka ba?
Opo. Ako
Ano
po
ginawa
yung
sa'yo?
sa babae na pinaka-torture po doon.
Okay.
Opo,
Sige.
nung nagpaalam na po kami, nag-decide na umuwi, syempre hindi po sila papayag kasi kung uuwi kayo, magbabayad kayo ng 7,000 USD.
Okay. Sige, anyway, you will be asked by the members of this committee. So we will be proceeding next to the
300,000.
Can you kindly show to us yung mga videos but not included these people? Kasi hindi naman lahat nung nasa video are what do you call this, mga nag-akusa, di ba? Hindi sila kasama, di ba?
Mr.
So
Chair,
can
just-
you kindly show to us the videos?
Yeah, for proper context, Mr. Chair, before we proceed, are we
Yes.
made to understand that all these witnesses used to work in the same Pogo hub or in different locations?
No, Your Honor. 3 worked for Lucky South 99 sa Porac, Pampanga. Yung isa po, yung nauna yung translator natin was from Sun Yuan or yung sa Bauhu sa Bamban, Tarlac. Yung isa po, yung kababayan natin ay na-rescue po namin sa Myawaddy sa Myanmar po.
And all of these witnesses came here in the country to precisely work for Pogo?
No, Your Honor, there was pretense kasi yung iba sa kanila di umano inirecruit daw po sila bilang mga cook, mga waiter, mga ganoon, pero nabenta din po sa Pogo, Your Honor.
Siguro, Attorney, Sisayana, meron na tayong mga videos that you have submitted to us. Can you kindly explain yung mga...
I torture videos of the witnesses, but the others.
Mr. Chair, excuse. Kaya nga po naka-face mask sila eh. Tapos pakikita natin dito. So what's the use, di ba?
Exactly.
Hindi po sila
That's the
yan.
reason why I told a while ago that the video that will be shown are those who are not witnesses on any cases that have been filed by the PAOK-TF and the different government agencies. Ang ipalabas natin yung mga napadala na sa abroad. What we are trying to portray here is the evil of the illegal activities that had been perpetrated in our country.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it was not done by the Filipinos. It was done by other foreigners in cahoots with Filipinos.
Okay.
Di ba?
Marami kang video ng torture eh. We'll grant you that na maraming torture na nangyari and everything. Ewan ko kung gusto mong makita pa lahat yung torture. Ang tanong ko muna, can you, with regards to these 4 male witnesses that are present, how did they enter our country? Para mailagay natin paano napunta sa Pogo eh.
Opo. Chinek po namin yung entry visas po ng itong mga foreign victims po natin. Kadalasan ho sa kanila na dumadating po bilang tourist po yung kanilang visa. Then pag nandito na po sila sa Pilipinas, they convert their visas into 9G or yung working visa. Sa pakikipagtulungan po namin sa immigration, Your Honors, nakikita po namin na yung actual visas po nila ay hindi po doon sa actual na Pogo na pinagtatrabahuan po nila. So, ibang kumpanya ang nakalagay doon sa kanilang working visa. Yun po ang kadalasan nakikita natin sa mga rates natin, Mr. Chair.
So, actually, hindi sila dumaan sa PAGCOR eh. Or yung kung ano man yung company na supposed to be applicant ng PAGCOR. Illegal yan, illegal. Diba? Dahil paano nila ipapacilitate o bibigyan ng AER, Alien Employment Permit, kung pumasok sila as tourist, then nagpapakonvert na lang bigla. Dahil pag mag-expire na yung binigay na visa natin dito.
Mr. Chair, nakikipag-ugnayan nga po kami sa PAGCOR sapagkat nakikita namin nila Attorney Jessa na karamihan sa kanila wala ko talaga mga OGL, di ho ba ma'am? Pag nare-raid na po namin, saka lang namin nakikita na yung declaration po nila, halimbawa, may declaration silang 30 na may OGL o yung online gaming employee license, 30 yung actual na declare, for example, pero ma-rescue po natin 300 to 800.
Kasi ang misconception namin, dinadala sila in groups to work as Pogo operators dito. Dadalhin sila sa hub. I-apply sila in batches para mabigyan ng visa. hindi, ito kasi iba yung manner of entry nila, manner of how they were hired or ano paano ipinasok do sa ganung
Mr. Chair, allow me to provide proper context po. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for that question. Actually po, yung influx ng mga Chinese nationals working in Pogos started as early as 2017 to 2019. The peak was on 2019. Ano po yung phenomenon na meron tayo dito? This was the time na meron tayong visa upon arrival, specifically for the Chinese nationals. Yung mga visa sa pan-arrival po na yon, sa aming pag-aaral, nakita po namin, nagkaroon ng mga bultuhang conversions po, Mr. Chair. So, pasok po muna sila rito bilang mga turista, grupo-grupo po ang mga yan, pero later on, ang kanilang primary purpose po talaga, hindi maging turista, kundi pumasok po sa Pogo industry. Kaya lang, Mr. Chair, ang naging problema nga po, pag nandun na po sila, grupo-grupong kino-convert yung kanilang tourist visas into working visas, pero fraudulent po yung mga kumpanya na kung saan nakapangalan po yung mga working visas po na yon. So meaning to say, Mr. Chair, most of the people that we find working in Pogos have been here for a number of years. Kagabi nga po, may nakausap ako, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years po sila sa Pilipinas na.
Wow. Okay. Inviting yung Filipino witness here, and afterwards we will be asking her ba? Babae ba siya?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sige.
But it is very important for everyone to see what is happening inside the Pogo. Kasi mahirap yung nagkikwentuhan lang tayo eh. Minsan nakakatulog tayo ba nagkikwentuhan. But if people are seeing what is happening inside these Pogo hubs, then you feel the pain, you feel the torture, you feel the illegal activities that are happening inside, and then people are having an understanding. Ano bang ginagawa ng mga ahensya natin sa gobyerno? What are the LGUs doing? What are the PNP people doing? What is the BID doing? What are the accomplishments of the PA, the PAOK agency? All of this, Mr. Chair, that is why, sad as it may seem, pero dapat makita talaga ng tao. But I agree na ang dami nang nakita, then maybe we can already put a stop to this,
Yeah.
but
Actually,
we have to understand, Mr. Chair, na itong Pogo na to is really hurting our society. It is corrupting our government. It has become a bedrock of corruption.
Actually, a while ago, I was telling this body that we're going to show it, not only because the direction of the speaker is to have a comprehensive investigation, and when members of the committee, specifically the Committee on Public Order, I asked if we're going to show the video. Precisely, the very essence of the motu proprio is to investigate the illegal activities. And I must agree with Congressman Gomez na mabigat man po yung mga eksena, but we have to tell to the Filipino people and to the international community that this country, this government is doing something on their countrymen, especially yung mga Chinese, mga Burmese, Myanmar, lahat, whatever. Meron pong aksyon ginagawa ang ating bansa. And rightly also, Congressman Alonto, siguro we have shown already a lot, no? Siguro we stop on that, no? Meron naman tayo napakita ng mga almost 5 videos. But I have seen a lot of videos. I have seen. Others you cannot take anymore. Especially the abuse on the sexual torture. There was a sexual torture, man to man, pinaparusahan yung hindi sumusunod doon sa kanilang pinag-uutos. And okay, we'll be asking the before we start with our isa sa mga witness, sabay-sabay na tayo. Patayin na lang muna dito yung mga witnesses, ano? Or mga rescued workers from China, Malaysia. I think there is also a Filipino here.
Yes, sir.
Meron, no?
Yes, sir.
So, Vietnam, Can you kindly stand up? Can you kindly stand up dito?
Thank you.
And the chair would like to acknowledge the presence of Congressman Joseph Jojo Lara from Cagayan.
Thank you.
Sir, welcome. Please stand up and
Stand up.
hindi naman po kayo mga akusado dito. I hope you understand my English. Kayo po ay mga rescued workers that this government will be protecting. Okay, Comsec, please take the oath. Acknowledge na yan.
Right.
Who is the translator? Sino po ang translator?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is the translator?
Dylan, sir.
Ay, what's your name, sir? Dylan, can you kindly tell them that they're going to take their oath? Because they will be testifying on the things that they have encountered on the working station in the different part of this country.
Sir, may I provide a context first? We have 5 foreign nationals. One was rescued from Bamban, Tarlac. Now, he was rescued upon the request of the Malaysian Embassy. We also have 4 Chinese nationals rescued from Porac, Pampanga. And we have 1 Filipina rescued from Myanmar. We presented the Myanmar victim to be able to provide context to the committee that the problem of scam farms is not just limited to the Philippines, but this is an inter-ASEAN problem. So, Mr. Chair, I would give the mic to the translator, Mr. Dylan.
Yes, go ahead. Please proceed, Mr. Dylan. By the way, Dylan is not your real name. It's your English name, right?
Dylan.
Okay, go ahead.
Names.
Proceed by telling them how you were recruited in Bamban and your experiences in Sunligman.
Okay, so Mr. Dylan, can you kindly narrate to these 2 committees and to these resource speakers who are here, yung what happened to you first, no?
Okay.
Ikaw muna, then we will be asking the others, then to
Okay,
you
sure.
translate that to us.
Sure.
So you start with how you were recruited, and then how you were put in that facility,
Okay.
and then how you were rescued or escaped, or
Yeah,
so
some things.
what are the surrounding circumstances
Okay, sure.
from the time that you arrived in this country to the moment that you were rescued by the PAOK-TF?
Okay.
Please proceed.
Okay, actually, I came in Philippines in 2021. Okay, that one, how to say, minimum, you need to work around half a year. After that, if without the payment, you already pay out the payment, and then I can get like freedoms or something like that. Yeah.
So, were you tortured?
Okay, when the times, when I in Bamban there, and then I already get, when I first day, you already give out my phone, my personal phone, and then I lost my contacts, or maybe I just try to, how to say, just save myself until I get the phone, or maybe I find another way for contacts, and then after that I just try.
Were you tortured? Have a physical abuse or something?
The back, in the back.
Back?
No. In the face. The time them torture me in the face, and then I will report it.
You were slapped or you were punched?
Yeah, we will get punched.
How many times?
Just 1 or 2 times. That time I forget, but I feeling the first time is already drunk. Yeah.
Dr. Wilson, is he the one that was rescued with the with the bench? Okay, sige. Attorney Congressman Roy Loyola.
Sir Chair, may I know if the victim have executed an affidavit? If there's if
Dr.
there is,
Wilson, please reply.
can you ask copy so that we could easily understand the story behind their
Yes, Your Honor. Since most of these are complainants, they have executed their affidavits, and these are with the relevant courts po. But in the absence of those affidavits, now I could recount their story since they were recounted to us to PAOK po.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair, just a question.
Congresswoman Pancho.
So nakidnap po sila.
Yes, ma'am.
Did they give money or not?
Hindi po. May I, ma'am?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Dylan, as he was telling his story po, he was sold po. Pero hindi po niya alam. Tapos nung nagpupumilit na po siyang umalis doon sa Baufu, doon sa Porac, doon na po in-inform siya na you have already been sold and you will have to pay off your debt to them. Kinuha po yung kanyang cellphone, tapos yun nga po, sinabihan na po siya na kung kaya mong mabayaran within 6 months, makakalabas ka po. Pero may mga pagkakataon ho kasi na umaalma yung ating witness, kaya siya po'y nabubugbog. Naipagbigay alam po siya sa atin ng Malaysian Embassy sapagkat nakapag-text po siya doon sa company phone, pinakita po niya yung mga bugbog niya rito sa kanyang mukha, yung sinasabi niyang sa kanyang face.